Hey guys, going into round 2 of an Oath of the Gatewatch draft. I think this is a keep. The 2 lands is bad, but we have a 2-drop. We have a bunch of 3-drop. If we don't draw lands, it's going to look real bad, but if we do, we're going to be pretty happy because we have a lot of action in our hand, and that is always nice. All right. It isn't an island, so we can play our Cultivator Drone and our Containment Membrane should we need to do those things. I mean, we're definitely playing Cultivator Drone next turn, so... Man, that thing just... I mean, if we play a spell, then McKinney Aeronaut gets a lot worse. There's a spell, but... now. So I'm just going to play out Cultivator Drone. And in my turn... You gonna get in for 1 in the sky? Yes. Sounds good to me. Gosh, just creatures with huge butts. That's what our opponent is playing. And as a result, we can't really do anything. So we're just like hanging out. I could like use Reality Hemorrhage in conjunction with him blocking to kill the Alpha Protector. And that's something. But for now, I'm just going to hold on to Reality Hemorrhage. I can still do that next turn, especially if I don't draw an island to play our Ancient Crab. And actually, we can do both if we draw an island. So, don't really want to use Containment Membrane a whole lot either, so... okay. Opponent's playing the auras. So we're going to use Containment Membrane on that now. We'll probably swing with both of these and use the Reality Hemorrhage Containment Membrane plan to clear the way. Oh, it doesn't tap anymore, so never mind. For that plan. Okay, double Reality Hemorrhage. That'll do the job. I'm gonna have to give up a creature basically, but I think we kind of have to with that massive thing staring at us. So we'll swing with both. Yeah, it'll still get it done if he blocks 5 combat with that and actually kill it if he blocks there. If he just double blocks, that's... He can block both of them with 1 creature if he wants to. If he doesn't block at all, then I'm a little sad, but... Okay, that's all he wants to do, huh? Sad day. Yeah, I mean, we'll just take it down and keep our dude alive in the process. All right, so the hemorrhage. I mean, if we can get him to block the Entangler again, we can also take down the Aeronaut, and it's a 2 for 2 in that case. Yeah, you know, it's hard to know your opponent's going to be playing auras. I mean, that's the more attractive thing to Reality Hemorrhage now, of course. I mean, but we can also just use Containment Membrane on it, so. I mean, also, when we get to Wavewing Elemental, it can just block it. So we have that going for us as well. I think I swing with the Entangler again if I can get him to block either way. I mean, I'm okay with the trade right there. And if he blocks the other way, I can get rid of both of these cards. He may just take it now that he's had to deal with the prowess. Yeah, he is. Okay. Fine with me. Now I play Ancient Crab. So he can get in for 6 in the air this turn. There's a real chance I just Reality Hemorrhage his Sky Climber, though, after he pays for it. Especially if he tries to slap an aura on it. Because, as I said, if I just play my Wavewing Elemental, suddenly, you know, my guy in the air is bigger than his, and I don't have to worry so much. I also have, you know, ways of bouncing stuff. We'll let him attack first, see what happens here. I think I just take it. I mean, I can use Containment Membrane, and then I still have the option of using the Entangler. I mean, I go to 8 here, which sucks, but it's not the end of the world. 7, actually, you know, for those of you who believe that my math is correct. Most of you are probably like, no, you'll be at 7. Target player draws 2 cards. Yes, he does. He does draw 2 cards. That's the truth. Okay. There we go. I was like, I have things to deal with McKindy Aeronaut being all suited up here, and now we drew. Now, I wish I could use this somehow to also Containment Membrane, but we'll just do this, and yeah, we'll awaken that. So it gets rid of that aura, gets rid of a flyer. He can drop us to 4 this turn. We definitely want to bring in Sweep Away since our opponent is playing auras. I think I just swing with both of these. I mean, he's going to give it flying anyway, so I think being aggressive here is probably better. Drops him to 11. One of the cards in his hand is McKindy Aeronaut. He has various other things in his hand as well. But we do have Reality Hemorrhage, Containment Membrane going for us. What's he doing at his upkeep? Anticipating. Okay. A lot of cards. So now we may use Reality Hemorrhage on this thing since Containment Membrane. Now that, you know, I'm assuming all his creatures don't have Vigilance, you know. I don't know if he's going to be willing to swing anymore either. I mean, we can hit back for 5, 7, 8. And we have Reality Hemorrhage, so we can actually hit even harder than that. Now he will, though, because he got Sandstone Bridge. So he'll hit us pretty hard. Now we have to use Reality Hemorrhage, basically. So he'll drop us to 3 here. He can also replay his Aeronaut. So this drops us to 3. So you have like Mighty Leap too. That would put us at 1, which would not be great because he still has McKinney Aeronaut in his hand. So... All right. We go to 3. Plays Aeronaut 2. I would guess he would. He doesn't. That may mean he has a trick of some kind. All right. Well, let's go ahead and try to just put it into that. If he does, we're just like dead. So he does not. Creatures with haste don't really exist, but there are cards with Awaken that could just kill us. So I think I just swing for 6 here. It's a little conservative, admittedly, but there's enough cards with Awaken in the world. He probably has Gideon's Reproach, too. That's why he left 2 mana up, right? Okay. So got him to 5. We're at 3. Don't play a big scary creature. I mean, I guess I can chump for a while, and then I can chump it once and then Containment Membrane it. Quarantine Field. That'd be pretty bad. Does it say non-land? I think I would actually keep my mountain because I'm like 90% sure it says non-land. And my mountain is in fact a land. Okay, Dwar Isle Avenger. All right. Well, we have our own flyer to answer that at least. He's going to play his little one too, which he could have spent a lot less mana. Yeah, he could have spent a lot less. But we're okay with that. When I was getting used to this format, as I'm sure those of you who are watching me saw, I struggled with mana things. I'm just going to play my Wavewing Elemental. And in my turn, so kind of in a standoff. We know he still has McKinney Aeronaut in his hand, but that can't do removal of one kind or another to deal with my Wavewing Elemental, which he could have. That isn't good. Because he can now just make his guy unblockable and kill us. So that's game. What a... Targeted his Coral Helm Guide on accident. So we should have lost. Now we're not guaranteed to. We probably still do, though. If I play land, he has to block with his Dwar Isle Avenger. I can also just attack with everything, I guess. Okay, Bonesaw. I don't know. I mean, now they trade, so at least he did that, but I don't know if he realizes that he didn't make this unblockable. Okay. So we kind of want to draw land here, because then he's forced to block. If we don't draw land, he's not forced to block. Of course, we drew our Blinding Drone. Yeah, he screwed up. But let's see. If I attack with... I mean, I may as well attack with everything, because I have no way of winning if I let it go to his turn. So... Why doesn't Blinding Drone have haste? Oh, I should have played Containment Membrane first. Might have made a difference. It might have. I mean, he has to do some blocking here. He's going to have to lose. Well, I think he can hold on to one of these two cards and probably beat us. But I definitely should have played my membrane first. So he blocks. The only thing that can block this is that. So he's conceding 3 damage if he doesn't block it. And then these, if he can he keep both of these though? No. Yes, he can actually. He can block there and then take 5. Actually, I think we buy ourselves another turn because he has to lose his Coral Helm Guide. Because he can block this, but then he ends up still taking 5. So we do buy ourselves another turn thanks to our opponent's misplay. So that's good. We also have Blinding Drone that we can play in second main phase. So yeah, because he's basically, if he concedes taking 3 from the Jor Isle Avenger, so he blocks there, and then he can block there on my big flyer, but then he still takes 5, so he has to lose his Coral Helm Guide too. Oh, no he doesn't. Why was I thinking a flyer could only block a flyer? But he does lose his Coral Helm Guide, but that doesn't matter, so we still lose. So he goes to 1. And then we lose to his flyer on our next turn, so... All right, so our opponent has equipment and auras, meaning sweep away is inherently much better. Press into service doesn't seem bad, but all these containment membranes. Ancient Crab's less good against opponent with so many flyers, so I think I do cut him for the sweep away. Yeah, that's what I do. All right, on to game 2. Okay, I think this is a keep. We have our own Coral Helm Guide, some removal, and a late game win condition. 4 lands is pretty nice too. All right. So yeah, we play our guide. Yeah, Coral Helm Guide, I think, has been illustrated in this draft, both by me in game 1 and my opponent in this one, in this new format than it was in the old one. In addition to its alliedness actually mattering for cards with Cohort, I mean, occasionally you'll at least end up in a blue-white deck that has some creatures with Cohort, but also it has an ability that breaks up board stalls, so that's pretty attractive. Okay. I think I just hang back, let him put a mana into equipping his Coral Helm Guide if he wants to, and then Reality Hemorrhage it. I mean, I think I need to be pretty conservative with my permanents because I keep drawing lands, basically. So, that is what I'll do. That freaking thing, really? Putting Bonesaw in that's pretty good too. Bonesaw's usually not all that good, but right there it works out. Probably Reality Hemorrhage's Coral Helm Guide either way at the end of his turn. Yeah, now I'll just do it before it hits me. Okay, I think I like that. I will use it. Although it would have been better pre-slip through space, but you know, you can't be too greedy. I mean, yeah. You shouldn't be too greedy. You can be too greedy, actually. All right. Now we play Nettle Drone. And we end our turn. I mean, depending on what happens next, don't have a lot of other prospects right now. Okay. That's pretty good with Bonesaw too. But this turn it makes more sense to do that. With Bonesaw, that thing can even swing through a Wavewing Elemental. Disgustingly. My god. I mean, the good news is we can play our Wavewing Elemental next turn, and we have landfall triggers galore coming up for it. Do I just make Nettle Drone unblockable, swing for 3, drop him to 15? He swings back at us for 5, dropping us to 13. I think we do. I mean, we don't have anything else to do with our mana. I mean, it gets me in for 2 more damage than Nettle Drone would have done anyway, but that could be relevant. We really want to draw some spells. We've played 5 so far this game. Our opponent's only played 4, so I guess I can't complain too much. Yep, I take 5, drops me to 13. That could be interesting later. Right now, we just play Wavewing since it can at least put a stop to one of these swinging. We'll still be taking 4 from that stupid thing, but where's our other removal? Come to me. I know. All right. It's going to feel good. Going to be a problem because he can do the same thing he did last game. We really need to draw removal. I think that's pretty clear. If we don't, I think we're just going to end up losing because of all this. I should have sided in my Radiant Flames, by the way. But I didn't, so that was a mistake. Would have been good here. Really? Really? He wants to get in for 1 more damage, and he's willing to give up his Expedition Envoy in the process. I'm cool with that. That drops us down to 9. Him to 14. Drops us to 8, actually. As you can see. Well, hell. That's interesting. Wavewing Elemental number 2. Am I brave enough to attack here? I think I probably am. I can always chump that thing. mean, getting in for 5 here and dropping him to 9 is pretty big, especially when I just drop another Wavewing Elemental right after, who can then trade with his Dry Isle Avenger. And that's only if he moves his Bonesaw over. Yeah. I mean, I could have played it and then held both of them, I guess, but... We were like 1 man away from being able to go Wavewing Elemental, land, Reckless Bushwhacker. How great would that have been? Didn't get there, though, so... Yeah, I think I'll chump probably with my Coral Helm Guide, the Scythe Master, this turn. Oh, no. Okay, well, it's not the end of the world. We hadn't seen much removal out of our opponent. Of course, he hasn't seen much out of us either, weirdly. Can also double block Offer Protector, drop to 4. He can only kill 1 of my creatures. Let's do some math here. If I make this unblockable, swing for 5, the 6, that's 7, puts him at 2. This would put me at 4. He can only kill 1 of my 2 creatures. Then I can chump next turn. So I think I double block this thing. Taking 4. Makes sense that he would do that. Ping him for 1. Give me a card to combo with Reckless Bushwhacker. That'll do really well. I think that's just game, basically. Wow. It's not quite, because 3, 5. Oh, it's 8 without any help. And I can just play the Bushwhacker. I'm a little scared here. But I think we get the flyer out of the way. And awaken a land. I think I just leave my Coral Helm Guide back to chump and just swing for 6 here. Yeah, we definitely do that. Oh. Okay. All right. Well, I can still surge in Reckless Bushwhacker. That was a big negate right there. Then how do I swing? Bushwhacker can be the one who stays back to chump now. I guess I just swing with Coral Helm. Yeah. That negate was gross. Wow. Okay. This is only game 2, right? I believe so. Right, so we're obviously blocking both of them. Let's see what he drew. He may have drawn like something really gross. If he didn't, that seems like a strange attack because I can just kill this, chump there, and if I draw land, I just win. Actually, I mean, if he doesn't have something in his hand, I can just win with Coral Helm Guide and Wavewing. So wow. Surprising. There we go. There's our containment membrane. Putting into that nonsense. We have 3 of them after all. Okay. All right. On to game 3. I think we want Radiant Flames to come in, which I mentioned. It kills a lot of his creatures. He does have some with big butts, but he also has a lot of X1s. So I probably take out one of my X1s. Probably just going to be like Hedron Crawler. We never see our blinding drone anyway, so. Yeah, I think that's where we want to be. On to game 3. Let's see what kind of hand we can muster here. Not a great one. If we draw red, it's pretty good. If we don't draw red, it's pretty bad. So I think we have to mulligan it. This one's much, much better. So, yeah. Lands seem good. Bone Saw. So we can Reality Hemorrhage something early. We can also play Blinding Drone next turn. Of course, I just after I sighted out one of my 2 colorless sources. But hey, still a 2 mana 1/3. All right, more land. I mean, that does set us up for a potential turn 5. I mean, we may not, if we have to do it before then that's, well, it doesn't matter what color I tap before, actually, but then that's fine. I'll just play my Draw Isle Avenger on turn 5, but it does set up a turn 5 where, like, say I draw 3-drop this turn and want to do that instead, or he keeps not playing creatures, I can go Reality Hemorrhage, Draw Isle Avenger, which is a pretty nice turn. If he plays his 3/1 first strike guy right here, it would feel so good to Reality Hemorrhage it. Well, that's going to feel good to Reality Hemorrhage too. Okay. Did draw a 3-drop, by the way. I think I'm fine with playing my Cultivator Drone, who also is a colorless source, which is definitely relevant right now. I think I play my Cultivator Drone. If he wants to do Bone Saw plus Core Sky, like make Core Sky Climber fly next turn, then he can do it. And I'll just take 4 to the face. I'm okay with that. All right, that guy. Which of these is more of a problem? That's a good question. Down forever, I guess. Oh, that'll work. 2 for 1 with Radiant Flames here seems pretty good. I mean, there's a chance I can get even juicier on a later turn, but I think we just go for it here. Neither of our creatures die right now from it. It's a pretty big play right there when we still get to hold on to Reality Hemorrhage. And we also get in for 3. I think it's worth more to get in for 3 here than it is to should have just mainboarded Radiant Flames. It has been a key player. For 3 there after killing 2 of his creatures is pretty big, and I'd rather do that. I've seen people play and like leave these up so they can tap down an opponent's creature at the end of their turn, but unless I'm playing against a deck that might have haste, that doesn't really seem worth it to me because I'm not going to be swinging anyway. I mean, all right. Well, that makes me a little sad. Our 1 colorless, but it does mean he's not using it on some big creature. Well, it looks like we really might have the Reality Hemorrhage plus Jwar Avenger turn 5 if our opponent plays something can kill with the Hemorrhage anyway. Otherwise, we just play Jwar Avenger, which is also fine. We'll also have Wandering Fumarole ready to roll. Ready to fumarole. Old man jokes. But yeah. Well, he didn't play anything. I'm going to go ahead and swing with my Blinding Drone, see if that gets anything out of his hand. He may have a counterspell, which I don't really want to be seeing. So I'd like to see him... Okay, well, he tapped some mana. So now I think I just play our Avenger, and if he has to use a counterspell here, at least he's down to 1 card, I guess. Not going to love it. Oh, he's got it. Void Shatter. Okay. All right. Well, we can kill whatever creatures he plays, and we still have Wandering Fumarole in play. So, and I think Wandering Fumarole is the plan. Since we don't have anything else to do. So you have an answer for that? No. Good, good. Play a land. It's pretty hilarious that this first pick happened because Magic Online crashed on me. And it's been a key card. I mean, it is a good card, just not usually one I would first pick. All right. So we get in for 4. Now do you have an answer? If you do, you use the last card in your hand, so... I mean, blue and white doesn't have a lot of ways to deal with that. Like, even Searing Light in response, I mean, it makes him take 1 instead of 4, I guess. Because in response, that's what's ridiculous about the Fumarole, is it's not like you have to pay anything to switch its power and toughness. So it can dodge a lightning bolt if it needs to, or it can hit hard if it needs to. Well, I guess I hold on to that. I could return my own Cultivator Drone. And then this would become... Let's do some math here. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do it this turn, but it would become a 4/7 that could become a 7/4. I think it's probably safer to just hold on to all my removal, though. So that's what we'll do. I mean, because it can just set me up to, like, you know, once he plays stuff now, I just kill it and keep hitting him in the face with this Fumarole, so... Now, next turn... No, it'll be lethal without my Fumarole. With just my Fumarole next turn. I was going to say, next turn it makes sense to clutch. Mana to... No, I didn't have enough mana to do that. So, and there's a very real chance he has negate anyway. So we're just going to use Reality Hemorrhage at the end of his turn and see if we can show us a negate. Because he does have 2 cards in his hand. He got negate. Yeah, he's got negate. All right. Well, now we can just do that. Let's see. So, yeah, I think I just use Slip Through Space here. Switch its power and toughness. There's no reason to clutch because if he has an answer for my Fumarole, he's not dead either way. So, all right, we did it. Game 3 was an easy one after